Good morning, everyone. Welcome to our channel, Divine Truth Tarot. We are 3 days away from the total solar eclipse, new moon in Sagittarius, which is sort of the sister energy to the partial lunar eclipse full moon that we had on November 30th in the opposite sign of Gemini. This is starting off a series of eclipses that will go off until, or throughout, I should say, 2021. So significant, and it's already bringing with it the energies of 2021. Can you feel it? The energies have been definitely different. You may feel like you're floating. You may feel like you're very detached from this reality, the 3D matrix. You may feel sort of void of emotions at this time. You may feel like you cannot see or feel your future, and that feels very scary. So you could be going into fear at times. You may feel exuberance or joy. You may feel confused. You may feel like everything is falling apart and there's nothing you can do about it. What we're witnessing, what we're feeling internally is the old earth crumble. So we are feeling that in different ways. It's kind of like when an old building it's like the crumbling of the foundation. Little by little, it starts to crumble. And that's what's happening. And we're witnessing the falling of old earth. And we're feeling that inside of ourselves. So you're going to be feeling a swirling of emotions at this time. Many people will have insomnia, will not be sleeping, or will be sleeping a lot. You'll see the fluctuation between the two. You may be having very vivid dreams. Whatever you're dreaming right now, you're clearing out so you can go into 2021 and beyond on a clearer path, free of your past, okay, your individual karma past. We're clearing out the karma, clearing out the gunk, as I like to say. This doesn't mean this is comfortable at all. It's uncomfortable, it's confusing, it's scary, it's incredible, it's amazing, it's joyful, it's everything. Maybe you feel your heart chakra exploding. Maybe you feel your heart is constricting. You feel like I can't open up my heart. Maybe it's just hard to communicate right now. So many feminines are communicating like masculines, myself included. I'm finding that I'm very short in messages to people. I don't have a lot to say. I'm not wanting to necessarily talk right now or open up or, talk on the phone. I'm in this hermit mode, but it's not like a hermit mode. It's more like a cocoon that's preparing us for the next big thing. So I wanted to just briefly talk about the energies because I know you guys enjoy those energy updates. And I think it's what makes my reading unique from maybe some other readers out there who maybe just go straight into the cards. But we all have our own interpretations, and that's what's beautiful. And if you have a few readers, I don't suggest more than really 3, but if you have a few readers that you like to listen to, and I'm one of them, that's amazing. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate each and every one of you. I appreciate all of you that have booked readings with me this year, that have allowed me to do what I love, and that have trusted me to tap into your energies, tap into the energies of your beloved. If you notice, if you guys follow my community tab there, where I post messages, I have about 12 readings left. That's before I start on any private readings today, which I will be doing. And once I have those completed, I want to finish those first. I will be doing written readings for the rest of the year. I just need a break from personal, private video readings. I'll continue to do these video readings for the collective, as ironically, they don't tend to drain me as much energetically as the private readings. Private readings can be very draining for some reason. So I will be doing written readings, which are really fun. I'm a writer at heart. It's one of my passions. It's one of my talents and gifts. And I love telling a story. So that's what I'll be doing. It'll be not a story reading. There'll be longer readings. There'll be detailed readings. But that'll be something that I will be offering for the last few weeks of December, because I wanted to compromise. I didn't want to necessarily cut the readings off altogether, but I knew I needed to step back from the video readings. And I'll likely take off the week of Christmas to New Year's, okay? So let us get into the reading. We're going to be looking at these 3 decks. I have the Queen of the Moon Tarot because we're so close to the solar eclipse. I do have the angel guide oracle, so we're going to ask the angels for guidance. And then I have the hero's journey because I want to find out where we are in our journey. Now I'm going to tap into the energies for this reading specifically of those of you who are expecting communication in the 3D from your counterpart, those of you who are in communication. This is by viewer request, so I wanted to honor that. And I know many of you are receiving communication, or if you were in and out communication, it's going to become more consistent, or you're receiving like news that your counterpart has actually done the deed, has actually done the damn thing, left the karmic. I just received an email this morning from one of my incredible personal clients who I've done a lot of readings for, and I won't name her unless she wants me to, of course, but she did let me know that her DM, the energy switched literally like within a couple weeks. And now he's left the karmic, he's moved into his own place, and he wants to meet her. And I wanted to cry for her because this is incredible. This is what we've been waiting for. So for those of you who feel communication in the 5D but haven't received it yet, or who are in communication, whether a little bit or a lot, we're going to focus on those energies today. So let's go ahead and start with the Queen. Actually, I'm sort of limited on time. Okay, let's just pull in the Light Seers Tarot because I do want a tarot deck. I don't want to use the Dreams of Gaia Tarot. It's complicated. It's very, very deep, and I don't have the time to go into the cards for that right now. So let's use a lighter deck, so to speak, the Light Seers Tarot, and let's find out what's going on here with the counterparts. What's going on specifically with the masculine spirit that are about to communicate, that are in communication with their divine feminine? Now, some of you may have experiences, okay? I want to point this out. You come back into communication, your masculine surprises you, I want to come see you, and then whoop, 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 they go, you know what? No, I'm not going to. And you're like, what the hell? I want to remind you, this is not blaming the feminine. This is just how this connection works. This is so frustrating, I know. But I want to remind you guys, because I did have an instance of this with one of my dear clients as well, that they may change their mind, especially if you're doubting if it's actually going to happen. So it's like we have to fall and lean into that energy. We have to trust that they want to see me, that they did leave the karmic, this is working out, and they are going to see me, and we are going to happen. And you have to stay so focused on that energy. Now, I'm not saying there aren't other influences. There could be external influences. They could have just changed their mind, yes. But because this is not a 3D connection, it's a 5D connection, your energy matters more in terms of their actions and them pulling back or them coming forward than you could ever imagine. So we want to stay balanced when we receive that communication. We want to stay in our power. We don't want to just be all gaga goo over them, because they feel that and it can actually repel them. And it's like they may just feel scared, or they may just feel like, oof, no, this isn't the right time. Maybe their higher self is going to hold them back because they know that they're not coming correct, or they know that they don't want to take the feminine out of her power. They want to see you in your power. So the goal and the key here is when communication comes, stay in your power. Okay, so we have the Page of Cups energy. Now, the Page of Cups is it's a good sign, right? We're dealing with water energies here. Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer. Shout out to all my water babies out there. Or if your masculine is a water sign. I feel like especially if your masculine is a water sign or has significant water placements in his chart or her chart, that this is for you. This is, the When Pigs Fly card. This is the masculines dreaming, thinking, wishing of the feminines. There was a time where the masculine energy felt like this could never happen, this is impossible, and all they saw were the obstacles. All they saw was like a big X, like I cannot get to my feminine. That is now being removed. All of those illusions, all of those barriers that they created in their own minds. They blamed it on the physical world, but it was actually created in their own minds, because all of those things could be overcome. If they're with a karmic partner, they could separate, they could get a divorce. If there are kids involved, you work that out. If it was a job situation, you're not tied to that job, masculines. You can leave. You can decide to do something different. That is not your life. If it was the fact that you lived in different cities or states or even countries, that can all be fixed, because typically the feminine is the unattached one and the masculine is the attached one. So the masculines had this sort of like backwards fairy tale, this sort of negative fairy tale that said there's no way I can get to my princess. And they sort of just convinced themselves logically, and then they tried to move on and found that it was impossible, right? The word itself says I am possible. So they tried. I know my masculine has tried to move on from me, has actually done it very well in the 3D, as many of our masculines have, but their heart is always drawn back to the feminine, okay? They're thinking of you. This is them. Their heart is open. They're thinking of you. And it's like, it's creating this sort of boyish or childish, but not childish in the sense of immaturity, childish in the sense of that beautiful energy of realizing that there's a world of possibilities here. Like the world is my oyster, right? My heart is my oyster. There's a dreamer energy here. And this also speaks, feminines, of serendipitous moments. So be prepared for that as we go into this magical season of the holidays, Christmas and Hanukkah and everything else, that there's likely to be some synchronicities. You're likely to see more signs and syncs now. If you weren't seeing them for a while, that portal should start to open up again. But this is definitely a naivety. There's a sensitivity here, and there's an openness here with the heart, which I really love to see. So what else is going on, Spirit, with these masculines who want to reach out or who are about to reach out to their feminines? They've been deep in thought, guys. They've been acquiring joy is what I'm hearing. They have been acquiring joy in their own lives, which when they're able to do that, they're able to give more to the feminine. They're able to, when they're tapped into their own energy and they've been finding their own power, they've been on this spiritual progression and spiritual journey, it's allowed them to be able to truly open up to this world of possibilities that exists here in the Page of Cups. The universe is with the masculines right now, and it's like I see the tree of life here. They're seeing that this has all been part of the plan, that even the separation, even the experience of the heartbreak or the heartache that both of you likely caused each other. Feminines, if you're heartbroken, your masculine's also feeling the pain. It's not like you miss them and they don't miss you. You're both feeling the same thing, even if you can't see it, even if they're not revealing it. They're stoic still, in the 3D. I do feel like those of you who haven't had communication for a while, for the majority of this year and even part of last year, and I'm hearing even back to 2018 for some of you, if you've had limited or no communication 2018 or, through 2019, through 2020, or just the end of 2019, beginning of 2020, any of those time frames, I'm hearing that your masculine has really, really changed and really wants to show you that they've had this spiritual awakening. Now, they may still be at the beginning stages of it, but what it's done is it's opened up their heart. It's allowed them the space now to see things differently and to see you in a different light, to see this connection in a different light, and to see that there is the possibility of you guys being together in this lifetime. The tree of life, the connection of all things. There's a lot of joy here, guys. There's an open-hearted energy here with these masculines who are communicating. They're communicating vulnerably. They're communicating with an open heart. They're communicating from a place of absolute pure joy. This is going to be beautiful. And justice, okay? They want to bring justice in. They want to balance the scales in this connection that have been very imbalanced for a long time. They want to be able to give and take equally. They no longer just want to take. They see the error of their ways and they realize that it wasn't fair to the feminine. That's why if they stayed away, that's one of the main reasons they stayed away, feminines. They knew it wasn't fair for them to stay in that situation. They knew that they had to correct course. And they knew that they had to make sure that your cup was getting filled just like their cup was getting filled. So 1 and 1 equaling 2. This is bringing in justice to the counterparts. So 2 out of 3 cards here being major arcana, that really to me indicates that there's definitely the energy of change here. There's definitely the energy of the universe getting involved. The universe is like, all right, I've set back enough. I've had it. Maybe giving the masculines a little bit of just a nudge, a little bit, maybe even more. I just saw a masculine literally feeling like he was being lurched forward by the universe. It's not even a nudge. For some of these masculines, it's like, just fucking do it. And they're going to feel like the universe literally pushed them to call you. Like, how did I dial the number? I don't even know how I did it. They're going to send the message they never thought they would send. And hi guys. They're going to do it in a way that's going to make them feel like, I can't believe I'm doing this. I don't even know how I did this. And that's the universe intervening. And it's going to feel like, they may even say like, I feel like I had to do this. Well, they did. They had to come in and create balance. So look, we have the Justice card and the Balance card here. So further indication here, guys, that further validation that this balance is incoming into these connections. I love it when we get validation from 2 very different decks. And then we have the Surrender card. So feminines, you're asked to surrender while your masculine is in these beautiful, beautiful, really loving energies, warm energies for the first time in a long time, feminines. You know this. They haven't been very warm for a while. Okay, there's been a lot of cold energy, a little icy Queen of Swords energy in the masculine collective. If you can surrender, feminines, without expectations of what this communication means, and I know it's so hard because you get so excited, your heart starts racing, and you get maybe that lump in your belly, and you just think, oh my gosh, it's actually happening. They're coming forward, they're leaving the karmic, and this is happening. But we have to try to stay balanced, because the masculines are coming in very balanced. Those that are going to be communicating here between, I would say between this new moon and 12/21, those two dates, and through the holidays, like through the new year. So over the next few weeks, these masculines in particular, okay, they're telling me through Valentine's Day. Valentine's Day is significant. That these masculines in particular are going to be very balanced. So feminines, you're going to need to surrender. You're going to need to be in your receptive state to be receiving, instead of trying to control the communication, control the course of the communication, or control anything. And I know how hard that is, guys. I know it. The ego comes in, the ego fights that, the ego wants to control, the ego wants to know when, how, why. We have to, and I understand also this desire to, like, what does this mean? We have to just trust. What I would suggest is if you've heard from your masculine and you're wanting a reading, which I completely understand, I would feel the same way. What I would suggest is that asking questions that are going to really empower you, rather than asking like where he is at or her or where she is at, like asking questions of, okay, like, where is this going to lead us, and where do you see this going, and what are the future energies? I think that's so much more empowering than what is he thinking, because the truth is those energies are dependent and reliant also on you, feminine, and that could change at any moment. So we're just being asked right now, feminine, to get out of any needy energy. It's like, it's almost like a test with the communication right now, but it's not a test that the masculines are intending to do. The universe is bringing in this test of, can the feminine surrender? Can the feminine accept this communication? And this is going to be like this newly inspired, very impassioned, like very passionate, the spark of energy. It's the spark is coming back into these connections, and I've been feeling this for a while. Can the feminine just accept this at face value without needing to have everything all at once, without needing to like, okay, when are we getting married, and when are you moving here, and what's going to happen, and what about this? It's like, just accept what your masculine is giving you, because it's taken a lot out of him to get here, or her to get here, and it's taken a lot out of the masculine to be able to communicate in this freeing way, in this way that's going to bring peace and harmony into the connection. Guys, they've had to really move their ego aside. They've gone through a lot of ego deaths and dark nights to get to this place of where they're finally feeling like there's hope and joy in their life. So if your masculine is part of this wave of masculines who will be communicating and coming forward over the next several weeks, stay as open as possible, feminines. Really just surrender to the universe, surrender to the beauty and the awe of this connection. when you never know what's going to happen next, and surrender to this. There's a magnetism here, okay? There's a definite draw of the feminine to the masculine. Okay, what else can the feminine do here to assist? Nourishment. You can nourish yourself, feminines. You can continue practicing those beautiful radical acts of self-love to make sure that you're getting what you need. So you nourish yourself. As you nourish yourself, you nourish all of those around you. Feminines have been really connected, very Empress energy coming up for the feminines with this deep connection to nature, this deep connection to animals. So feminines, continue to stay connected to animals. That's really, and nature, that's really where it's at. That's where the juiciness is at right now for the feminines. Look at this. We have nourishment and fruition. Look at this. It's like the fruits of your labor. You're actually seeing it, but you may actually be the one, feminines, wearing a mask. So you may be like, oh, well, they're finally coming forward, so I got to be tough guy. You know, I channeled this yesterday in the reading. There's sort of this alpha female energy that's coming through. And I want you just to connect with that. And I want you to see, where is that coming from? Because it's always coming from a place of pain and hurt. That alpha female energy of like that tough guy energy for masculines or feminines, it's not coming from a place of confidence. It's coming from a place of insecurity. It's coming from a place where you don't feel like, the feminine may still feel like he or she is going to break my heart. So feminines, you're really, really asked to surrender and trust your masculine. If you don't trust your masculine, you don't trust yourself. I will say that again. If you don't trust your masculine, you don't trust yourself. Take off the mask to yourself. Be honest and authentic with yourself and your vulnerability and how you truly feel. If you want your masculine to communicate, don't push them away by pretending that you don't want to communicate or that you're too cool for school. That's going to push your masculine back. They're coming in to bring justice, guys. They're coming in with an open heart. They're not coming in for games this time. So if there was game playing in the past, let it go. And if they don't apologize right away, guys, let that go as well. You have to let it go, because it's not serving you or the connection. It's not serving your masculine at this time. It's taken a lot of courage and a lot of strength for them to be in this place, this balanced place, and bring this into the connection. Let them come in from that place of balanced energy, and please, please let them be heard out. I feel like the masculines, I feel this really teary energy. They just want to be heard out. They want to know that the feminine's receptive and open. Please hear them out, feminines, because even if they don't outright apologize right away, it will come in their own way, in their own time. They want to be with you. They see the error of their ways. They see how there was not justice. They see how they may have deceived themselves, deceived you, okay? And they understand that that was really painful. They've experienced the pain that they put you through. And now, having said all of that, have your boundaries, feminine, but this is not done in an alpha way. This is not done in a way that's like, if you don't do this, or it's not demanding. Look at the femininity. Look at the feminine, beautiful energy here. It's, I have boundaries. See, her legs are closed, right? She's covering her breasts. I have boundaries, but I'm still soft, okay? I'm still surrendering. I'm still soft. I'm still surrendering to the universe, but I also am going to protect myself if I feel like I need to be protected, okay? I'm going to hear my masculine out, but I'm also going to honor myself. Okay, this is not a masculine energy. This is a very feminine energy. There's even pink in the photo. It's a very feminine energy. And I can just hear some of you saying, pink doesn't mean feminine. You're right. But traditionally, right, pink, feminine, blue, boy, it's so silly because blue is one of my favorite colors. And I never really liked pink until I was older. But I'm just saying, traditionally, also the pink is associated with the heart chakra. So more than that, it's associated with the heart chakra. So feminines, have an open heart, but also have those clear boundaries. You know, if your masculine wants to get jiggy with it, right? Your masculine wants to get, jump in bed and just because they're so excited to see you and they want to express their love and you're not ready for that, I need you to set those boundaries and say, I'm not ready yet. I so want to, but not yet. I want us to get to know each other again. I want us to talk. And your masculine's going to honor you for honoring yourself. Expect miracles. Look, honesty and communication. Expect miracles. Expect honesty. Expect miracles in communication. I'm telling you guys, it's coming. Divine timing. It's all happening in divine timing. If you've had to wait for a long time, know that this is the perfect timing. It's like the wheel is spinning. Karmic energies, karmic doors had to close. You know, I remember talking to my masculine. I still talk to him in the 5D sometimes, not as much anymore, but I've made it very clear that come in, please, with your hands empty of the past, of yesterday, because I can only, it's like I'm not allowed. My vibration is so high, right? Raise your vibration, that I'm actually not allowed to invite him in unless he has closed out that chapter, unless he has taken physical action to close out that chapter, and he comes forward and he says, okay, this is what I've done. And I think that's very important for me. Maybe that's not your boundary. Maybe you're okay. But for me and where I'm at with the work that I'm doing in the world, I have to have this purity of my own energy and my own connection, if that makes sense. And I have a very limited amount of energy with the work that I do here, as many of you are you know, doing energetic work as well, or have your own channels, and you know that you have to really conserve your own energy when you're doing private readings, especially because you give so much to those readings and you're tapping into their energies and their twins' energies, and this is lifetimes upon lifetimes of energies that we have to just protect that. So that is my boundary. And so you know, that doesn't happen overnight, guys. Leaving a situation doesn't happen overnight. And I knew that. And so I had to say, you know what? It's okay, because it's all happening in divine timing. Those are my boundaries. It will come to fruition in divine timing. And keep your vibration high, feminines. This is so important when your masculine comes in, because there may be little tests, but I don't see, like, the tests are not coming from your masculine. They're coming from the universe. But I just think that most of that codependency is healed, but there might be little remnants of it still. And we want to clear it out before we close out 2020. Keep your vibration high, stay in that surrender mode, have those healthy boundaries, but do it in a nice feminine way. There's no need to be like masculine about it. There's no need to be demanding about it. Your masculine will listen. Your masculine will respect that. And just enjoy. Try to just enjoy. Keep that vibration positive and high. Expect miracles. Where is that? Expect miracles in this communication, guys. Expect there to be this exuberance between you two. Expect a lot of laughter. I see a lot of laughter coming in with this communication. Justice, laughter, open-heartedness. It's like when pigs fly, you guys are going to be experiencing that moment. Like, I didn't think this would actually ever happen. They would actually ever come forward, but they are going to come forward. Okay, they are going to express their love. They are going to tell you that they've been thinking about you, that they've been planning this. But a lot of the masculines want to surprise the feminines. They don't want to come in, empty-handed. Okay, so what they want to do is they want to come in with they do want to come in empty-handed, but they don't want to come in empty-handed to you, if that makes sense. They want to be able to offer you something. So a lot of masculines, if you've really put up those healthy boundaries, feminines, the masculines are waiting on divine timing to come in when they can offer you exactly what you asked for. And that's really what you want, feminines. You don't want to accept crumbs just to accept them, just so you can see them. That's not what this is about. This is about respecting yourself and truly honoring and loving yourself. Okay, from the Hero's Journey deck, we have the reward. This is the reward. Communication is the reward. Celebrate your magnificence. These are so beautiful, these energies. Open-heartedness, exuberance, joy, freedom. These are the energies here coming in with this communication that's incoming for some of you. So, so beautiful. I'm so happy. I'm not yet in that group. I hope to be right along with you. It's all in divine timing for all of us, but I'm so, so happy for those of you who are receiving communication and those of you who are going to be experiencing this. This is really incredible. This is really beautiful energy. And just remember, guys, stay balanced, okay? Stay on your throne, stay in your power, stay in this place of acceptance. Like, accept the reward, accept what they're offering. I'm not saying accept crumbs. They're not coming in with crumbs, so we don't need to worry about that. Accept what they're offering, because this is the reward for all of your hard work and efforts this year, last year, and for some of you back to 2018. I'm hearing for a lot of you back to 2018, but for some of you it would be the end of 2019 when a lot of us went into separation, or it would be the beginning of 2020. but for at least, this is really, I'm picking up on the energies of those of you who have been in no contact for at least 8 months, or very, very minimal contact, 8 months minimum. Okay, so I'm sending you guys so much love. Enjoy every moment of it. Enjoy the text, enjoy the call, enjoy the personal time. Guys, if you're getting personal time, let us know. And I know those people who are coming into reunion, all right, preparing for union, you're not necessarily watching these videos anymore because you're too busy being snuggled up next to your beloved. But let us know in the comments, because it really helps keep the vibration high for all of us, and it helps us keep the hope, and it helps us keep our hearts open. I send you guys so much love. I hope you've enjoyed this special reading by request. Have a beautiful day. I'll see you soon.